In the heart of Asia, where ancient landscapes meet restless seas, a profound stillness has descended. The vibrant pulse of life, once carried on the laughter of travelers and the hum of bustling markets, now echoes in empty streets and silent forests. Here, the rhythm of existence has shifted, subtle yet unmistakable, as the world holds its breath. We stand at the threshold of a transformation, quiet and unseen, but felt in every corner of these storied lands. From the sun-drenched beaches of Thailand to the misty peaks of Sri Lanka, destinations once alive with the footsteps of explorers now host a different kind of visitor: solitude. The air is thick with suspense, as communities, wildlife, and the landscapes themselves adjust to a new, uncertain reality. Tonight, let us journey together through 7 remarkable destinations, each facing a crisis unspoken and rarely witnessed. Let us witness the delicate interplay between people, nature, and the invisible forces that shape their shared fate. If you want to stay informed about the hidden stories shaping our world, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring these untold journeys to light. The shores of Thailand, once radiant with the energy of gathering crowds, now lie in tranquil repose. The lapping waves no longer compete with laughter, and the bustling cities, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, hold a hush that is at once peaceful and unnerving. For generations, local communities have depended upon the tides of visitors, their livelihoods interwoven with the comings and goings of the world. In the absence of travelers, beachside markets stand deserted, and fishermen's boats sway gently, empty of their usual cargo. The elephants of the northern jungles, once paraded for eager eyes, now wander the forests unbothered, reclaiming a measure of freedom, but facing new challenges as caretakers struggle to feed them. This silence is both a balm and a burden. Without the constant procession of holidaymakers, the coral reefs begin to heal, their colors returning. Yet the men and women who once guided snorkelers and divers now search for work elsewhere. The streets of small towns, usually bright with lanterns and music, now flicker with uncertainty. Thailand's story is not simply one of loss, but of adaptation. Communities turn inward, rediscovering old ways while nature tests the boundaries of its newfound autonomy. In this suspended moment, the country waits, poised between hope and fear, for a future yet unwritten. In Indonesia, the rainforests murmur with secrets, their emerald depths sheltering a multitude of life. The mighty volcanoes, guardians of the land, stand watch over villages where the days now unfold in quiet routine. Once, the steady flow of visitors brought opportunity, their curiosity fueling a vibrant exchange between cultures and environments. Now, the stillness is profound. Resorts that once rang with voices now sit empty, their gardens overgrown, pathways softened by moss and time. In the villages, the rhythm of daily life has slowed, with artisans and guides turning to the land for sustenance. The absence of external eyes has allowed wildlife to venture further, orangutans and hornbills moving unhurried through the trees, yet the economic uncertainty presses in from all sides. The silence carries both promise and peril. Without the constant strain of human presence, delicate ecosystems begin to recover. Rivers run clearer, and the elusive creatures of the forest reclaim old territories. Yet the people who have long acted as stewards of this land face hardship, their futures as unpredictable as the simmering volcanoes. Indonesia stands at a crossroads, its fate bound to the delicate balance between preservation and survival. The landscapes breathe easier, while the hearts of its people grow heavy with longing for connection and renewal. Along the winding rivers of Vietnam, ancient towns rest in a quiet embrace. The once crowded streets of historic quarters, lined with lanterns and fragrant food stalls, are now touched by an unfamiliar calm. In the absence of foreign languages and eager footsteps, a haunting stillness settles over the land. Nature, patient and persistent, begins its slow reclamation. Vines creep along weathered walls, and birdsong fills the air where conversation once dominated. The waterways, long navigated by bustling sampans, now reflect a mirror-like serenity, broken only by the occasional fisherman. The air is thick with suspense, as if the land itself is holding its breath, waiting for the next chapter. For the communities whose lifeblood once flowed from the steady arrival of guests, this peace is bittersweet. Markets are sparse, and artisans set aside their crafts, uncertain when the world will return to their doorsteps. Yet in the quiet, families gather, stories are shared, and the old rhythms, long overshadowed by the pace of modern tourism, find their way back. Vietnam's winding rivers and ancient towns remind us of the resilience of both nature and people. Here, the silence is not emptiness, but a space for reflection and renewal. A pause in which the land and its stewards prepare for whatever may come. Malaysia's diverse landscapes stretch from emerald highlands to the intricate tapestry of coral reefs. The crisis has woven a new narrative, one of contrasts and complexities. In the forests, the absence of hikers and naturalists has allowed animals to roam with greater freedom, while the coral gardens beneath the waves begin a quiet recovery. Yet, for the people whose lives are entwined with these wonders, the silence is not always welcome. Eco-guides, once proud ambassadors of the wild, now turn to subsistence farming or fishing, their knowledge and passion temporarily set aside. In coastal villages, the lull in visitors means fewer boats on the water and fewer hands tending to the reefs. The forests themselves seem to breathe more deeply, with rare birds appearing where once they hid. But elsewhere, the lack of tourism revenue threatens conservation efforts, as rangers and wildlife protectors struggle to maintain their patrols. The fate of endangered species hangs in a delicate balance, threatened more by human absence than by their presence. Malaysia's story is one of interdependence, a reminder that the survival of wild places is inseparable from the well-being of the people who call them home. In this uncertain time, every day is a negotiation between hope and hardship, between the promise of renewal and the weight of loss. The Philippines, a constellation of islands set in turquoise seas, has felt the ebb and flow of fortune more keenly than most. Once celebrated as paradises for sunseekers and divers, these islands now stand quiet, their beaches swept clean by the wind rather than by careful hands. For many, the pause in tourism has brought hardship. Guest houses shuttered, and fishermen find their markets empty. The vibrant festivals, once a beacon for travelers, are now memories, their music fading into the hush. Families gather in close circles, sharing stories of better times, while uncertainty lingers over every meal. Yet, in the absence of human crowds, unexpected renewal takes hold. Sea turtles nest undisturbed on sandy shores, and coral reefs, spared from the daily crush, begin to flourish anew. Mangrove forests stretch further, their roots anchoring the land and nurturing the sea life that sustains it. The people of the Philippines, ever resilient, look to the horizon with both longing and hope. They know that these islands have weathered storms before, and in the quiet, they find strength, awaiting the day when the world's gaze will once again fall upon their home. In Cambodia, the ancient stones of Angkor stand silent, their grandeur undiminished yet strangely forlorn. The temples, once alive with the footsteps of pilgrims and travelers, now echo only with the calls of birds and the whisper of the wind. Rural landscapes, too, are touched by uncertainty, as villages brace for the unknown. Communities who have long relied on the steady influx of visitors now face a future shrouded in suspense. Market stalls are empty, and artisans' workshops are quiet, their crafts awaiting new admirers. The balance between preservation and progress becomes ever more precarious, as the funding that once sustained vital restoration efforts grows scarce. Yet in the gentle hush, the jungle creeps closer to the stones, and the temples seem to settle into the embrace of the earth. The wildlife, once pushed to the edges, now finds sanctuary amid the ruins, monkeys and birds moving with a freedom long denied. For Cambodia, the path ahead is uncertain. The land and its people endure, caught between the shadows of the past and the promise of renewal. In this suspended time, every day is a question, every silence a story waiting to be told. Sri Lanka, an island of contrasts, where mist-shrouded mountains yield to wild, sunlit coastlines, has long depended upon the embrace of visitors. Now, the tea plantations are hushed, the beach is empty, save for the occasional fisherman and the calls of seabirds. The silence is deep, and the sense of waiting is palpable. Communities once buoyed by the rhythms of tourism now turn inward, tending to fields and sharing quiet moments in village squares. The absence of crowds has allowed leopards and elephants to wander more freely, their passage untroubled by watchful eyes. Yet the people who have protected these wild creatures find themselves facing hardship. The balance between nature and humanity has always been delicate here. With tourism on pause, the land breathes easier, but the future feels more fragile than ever. Conservationists work tirelessly, even as resources dwindle, striving to protect the treasures of both mountain and sea. In Sri Lanka, resilience is not a choice, but a way of life. The people endure, drawing hope from the land itself, and from the knowledge that every quiet season holds the promise of renewal. The connection between human livelihood and the wild beauty that surrounds it has never been more apparent, nor more at risk. As we leave behind the silent beaches, the quiet forests, and the ancient stones, we are reminded of the delicate threads that bind together people, wildlife, and the landscapes they share. This pause, however unwelcome, has revealed both the strength and the vulnerability at the heart of these destinations. In the stillness, nature has reclaimed its place, and communities have discovered resilience they never knew they possessed. Yet the cost of this transformation is carried in the hearts of those who wait for the world to return, for laughter to fill the air, for a new balance to emerge. Let us reflect then on the role we each play in this interconnected world. May we travel thoughtfully, honor the places we visit, and cherish the fragile harmony that allows both people and wild places to thrive. For in the silent transformation of these lands, we find not only crisis, but also hope.